Welcome to The Exhale. I'm Dr. Maureen Magauran. After 20 years in holistic psychiatry, I now guide ambitious women through deeper work around leadership, visibility, self-trust, and embodied power. This is a space for women ready to lead from a more grounded, fully expressed place. Let's begin. Hello and welcome. I'm really excited to share another topic with you that has been profound in my life, and that has been something that I really see a lot in working with driven women who are accomplishing a lot and yet sort of feeling like maybe something is still off. And the topic I want to talk about this week is grasping versus receiving. And so this is for the woman who's working incredibly hard and somehow still feels like nothing's moving, or it's not moving fast enough, or something feels off. And, I think it's something that we can all relate to in terms of the sense of like, we've been kind of taught that grasping is the way forward. Like that if you want to do something, you've got to get your hands on it, you make it move, you do it. If you're an entrepreneur, it's making a podcast episode, or it's making posts on Instagram, or, if you're working in corporate, it's getting your work in, speaking up at meetings, sharing your expertise. And oftentimes there can be a sense of, I have to do this, I have to make this happen in order for it to work. And while there's definitely a degree of that, there's also a kind of parallel thing that goes along with it that is equally, actually more important. And that is receiving. There's a sense of trusting, there's a sense of opening, there's a sense of receiving. Because it's like that, and it's like that old adage about like the monkey putting his fist in a jar to take out the coins or whatever. Like he can't get his hand out if he's like in a big fist, if he's grasping onto all that, and he has to sort of learn to let go. And I find that for women, we've really been taught, and things have been based on doing, and what are you doing, and what are you accomplishing, and who are you taking care of? And there isn't this more, what may seem initially like passive, but this sense of receiving, allowing, trusting. And this is a big piece of my experience and the work that I bring, having studied meditation for 20 years and having felt the powerful impacts of receiving, sort of being with what is, receiving what's coming from a greater holding in like a spirit world, and a sense of also that in some way, when we're doing things or when we're manifesting or we're bringing things into the world, that there's a way where you can be and feel held like it's already done, like it's coming to you. Like you don't have to kind of grasp it the whole time to make it happen. There's a part that is involved in the initial doing or setting up or creating a momentum. But then there's also like a leaning back. There's a trusting. There's even an enjoying the experience. And I think that it really is something that women actually are very good at, but we have been programmed to ignore it, to not listen to it to some extent, to not value it, to not realize like how much there is, because what it does is it allows you to slow down. It allows you to stop doing. And there's more of a sense of being in it. But if there is some element of grasping or scarcity or lack or doubt, it's going to be really difficult to let it go. It's going to feel really difficult to trust, like, oh, this is on my way to me. And, sometimes that goes a bit deeper in terms of identity and how you see yourself and what you're rewarded by in your life so far. And in a previous episode, I talked about playing ice hockey goalie and how that was like such a phenomenal way of being, because it is really embodied. Like when I'm playing that sport, it's really this sense of like being present and being there. And there's a sense in the game of like, sometimes there's like lulls. Sometimes the game is in the other end. When I played at Yale, we actually, unfortunately, did not win any Ivy League games in 4 years, which meant that the game was always in my end. In fact, I had set a record for 75 saves in the game. So I would have appreciated probably a little bit more of a lull. But the point is that in life, there are lulls, there are seasons, there are times where we're doing and we're in action. And then there are times where we need to lean back, like let the seeds we planted grow, like trust in that. And there's so much magic in that space for you and for women in general, because by nature, we're very holding, we're caring, we have this capacity. We also have this drive, but it's like a sense of we're going to burn out. Like your nervous system is just going to be depleted if you can't engage in the cycles of rest, of release, of receiving. Like the seasons are a perfect example. It's like we've got the full on, spring going into summer and it's like beautiful. And then in the fall, everything starts to die, gets colder. We've got winter, it's covered in snow. And it's this just natural rhythm of like doing and then letting go, receiving, and the new growth comes in spring. And it's just trusting that, that this is coming. The sun is going to rise every day, is going to bring something new. And so it's a really powerful thing to think about. Like, how much do you grasp for things? How much do you make things happen? And how much do you let yourself receive? Like, receive the sunlight on your skin on a beautiful day. Receive the affection of your partner or the kind words. Receive the client feedback, the people signing up to work with you, and not always putting it on sort of like big, lofty goals, this like dangly carrot that never ends, but finding the space in between where you can receive, where you can slow down. I invite you to do it even right now, just putting your hand on your heart, a sense of breathing in and breathing out, and just receiving this moment. Just receiving the sense of my voice, the sense of me holding something for you to feel that maybe you don't always feel, but that when you can slow down enough, it's there for you. So the pause, the receiving, they are equally, if not more important than the doing, the grasping. And when you can kind of see where you are in that, where you fall in that, you can build a practice of allowing yourself to receive more. The next time someone holds a door for you or someone says a kind word, like you really just pause and take that in. And one of the things that I love doing is a gratitude practice. When I first started doing it, I had a lot of resistance to it because I just thought, gratitude, whatever. But the way that I do it now is that I every morning and every night, I think about things that I'm grateful for. And it just helps me realize like there's so much, I have so much, my life is full. And I also think about wins that I've had, and like the wins that I want for tomorrow. And those kind of practices, I feel, really help us let go of the grasping. They let us receive what's actually here for us. What are the really good things that are in your life that you may be kind of running over to think, I have to do something better or bigger or whatever. And it's like, why? Is that just a programming? And how much can you slow down and receive? How much can you open to spirit, to God, the divine, whatever word you use, to let yourself feel held by that you don't always have to be going and burning out your nervous system, that there's this beautiful balance. It's time off, this time for you. Wishing you a beautiful day. You'll find more reflections, teachings, and deeper conversations inside the Exhale on Substack. And if you're feeling called towards more personalized support, you can book a clarity call through the link in the show notes. I'm so glad you were here. I'll see you next time.